Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The bold and the beautiful recap is finally in for Tuesday, October 21, 2025. In today's episode, Bill Spencer, Don Diamond, faces off with Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada, in prison. Later, Luna has her prison cellmate beat her up with instructions to avoid the stomach, this time. At the mansion, Will Spencer, Crew Morrow, freaks out about Electra Forrester, Lania Grace. The young man just can't lose her. Bill insists that Luna won't have any contact with the child once it's born. Will can't imagine co-parenting with that murderer. The young man just can't lose Electra over this situation. Katie Logan, Heather Tom, assures her son, but he's not so sure. Will and Katie blame Leigh Finnegan, Naomi Matsuda. The mother admits that Bill freeing Luna was the most awful thing he's ever done. Katie doesn't think Luna will be able to trick Bill again. At the prison, Steffy Forrester Finnegan, Jacqueline Maxins Wood, slams Luna. That baby isn't going to get her out of prison. Luna calls her names. Luna thinks it's funny that Steffy claims BATIE will let their precious grandchild rot in prison. Steffy starts freaking out and messes angrily with her hair. Luna claims she and the baby are going to have an amazing life with Will. Steffy calls her a predator. After Steffy leaves, Luna has a third visitor. This one is a man and Luna wants to check her face. It's just Bill. Luna wonders if he came to check on her, and Willie Jr. Bill insists that the baby will be taken from her the minute it's born. Bill wishes he left her in prison to rot the first time. He's going to use all of his money and power to keep her locked up forever. When he leaves, Luna cries. Ridge Forrester, Thorsten Kaye, and Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, stop by to see John Finn Finnegan, Tanner Novlin. Steffy's biggest concern is making sure Luna doesn't get out of prison again. Steffy enters and says she just had to confront Luna. She thinks there is closure now. Then Steffy says she is disappointed in her parents. It sucks that Ridge married Brooke Logan Forrester, Catherine Kelly Lang. TRIGG leave, so Sin makes out. Over with Bill, he walks into the mansion. The man tells Will and Katie that Luna will never have the life she thinks, and will never have contact with the baby. Back at the prison, Luna tells her cellmate to beat her up. This time, don't touch my stomach, Luna instructs. Tuesday on The Bold and the Beautiful was a whirlwind of tension, heartbreak, and confrontation, leaving viewers on the edge of their seats as the drama at Forrester Creations collided with the turmoil behind prison walls. From Bill Spencer's relentless pursuit of justice to Luna's shocking ordeal, and Steffy's fierce confrontation that shook the foundation of multiple relationships, the episode delivered the kind of emotional punch that fans live for. Here's a detailed recap of all the twists, turns, and jaw-dropping moments. The day began with Bill Spencer, the ever-commanding media mogul, in rare form, pacing the halls of Forrester Creations. His mind was a storm, a mixture of rage, confusion, and determination. Bill's focus: Luna Nozawa. Luna, the young designer whose actions had landed her in jail, was at the center of a controversy that threatened to shake the Spencer empire itself. The confrontation began over the phone, but the tension was palpable even through the receiver. Bill's voice, usually smooth and commanding, carried a sharp edge. He was relentless, demanding answers from Luna, pressing her to take responsibility for her recent actions. Luna, in a rare display of defiance, held her ground. She insisted that her intentions had been misunderstood, that her choices were born of desperation and fear rather than malice. You don't get it, Luna, Bill snapped, leaning against the Forrester conference table. Everything you do has consequences. You've crossed a line that can't just be erased by apologies. Luna's response, though hesitant, was firm. Bill, I never meant for things to go this far. I made mistakes, but I'm not the villain you're painting me to be. It was a battle of wills, two strong personalities clashing, each unwilling to back down. Bill's frustration was compounded by his protective instincts toward those he cared about, particularly Katie. He feared Luna's presence, Her defiance could destabilize not just the business but the fragile emotional balance of the people around her. In this exchange, viewers could sense Bill's inner conflict, his desire for justice battling with an almost paternal instinct to shield and protect. The scene ended unresolved, leaving fans speculating whether Luna's charm and vulnerability could soften Bill's iron resolve, or if he would become an unyielding force in her life. The focus then shifted to the grim, tense environment behind bars, where Luna faced the harsh reality of prison life. Tuesday's episode pulled no punches, showing Luna's struggle to navigate a world she had never truly known. Her cellmate, a hardened inmate with a reputation for intimidation, quickly made it clear that Luna's presence would not go unchallenged. The confrontation escalated, culminating in a brutal beating that left Luna battered, both physically and emotionally. The writers did an exceptional job portraying Luna's vulnerability, highlighting her fear, but also her resilience. The scene in the prison was raw and tense, emphasizing the dangers Luna now faced. Guards arrived too late to prevent the attack, but were quick to contain the situation, placing Luna's assailant in solitary confinement. Luna, meanwhile, retreated to her bunk, nursing not only her wounds but the painful realization that her actions had led to this. Adding depth to this storyline, Luna's internal monologue revealed her guilt and shame. She reflected on the decisions that had brought her to this point. The impulsive choices, the betrayals, and the misunderstandings that had spiraled out of control. Her cellmate's violence was more than a physical threat. It was a harsh mirror reflecting Luna's own inner turmoil and the consequences of a life caught between fear and ambition. Later, Luna confided in another inmate, who surprisingly offered words of wisdom. "You can't change the past, but you can survive the present. Learn, adapt, or this place will swallow you whole." This moment hinted at Luna's potential transformation, a survival instinct that could either lead to redemption or further conflict as the story unfolds. Back in Los Angeles, tension ran high at Forrester Creations as Steffy Forrester prepared for a confrontation that had been building for weeks. The walls of the fashion house seemed to vibrate with anticipation as Steffy confronted one of the key figures in the Loomis saga. Steffy's demeanor was a mix of rage and determination. Her voice was steady but laced with emotion as she demanded accountability. "This ends now," she declared, eyes locked on the person responsible for the turmoil surrounding Luna and the chaos it had caused within her circle. No more lies, no more games. The confrontation was electric, a clash of ideologies as Steffy stood her ground against a combination of deflection and guilt from the other party. The dialogue was sharp, almost surgical in its precision, exposing long-buried secrets and resentments. Every word Steffy uttered carried weight, not just in the moment but in the ripple effects it would have across the Forrester and Spencer families. What made this confrontation particularly compelling was the layered emotion. Steffy wasn't merely angry, she was protective, hurt, and frustrated. Her relationship with Finn added an undercurrent of vulnerability. Viewers could see that her actions were motivated not just by personal outrage, but by a deep-seated desire to shield those she loved from further harm. The scene concluded with a tense stalemate. No one walked away victorious, and the emotional fallout promised to echo through the coming episodes. Fans were left wondering, would Steffy's confrontation lead to reconciliation, or would it deepen existing divides? Throughout the episode, Tuesday's drama wasn't confined to confrontations and physical threats. It also explored the emotional fallout of recent events. Bill's clash with Luna, the prison beating, and Steffy's confrontation all intersected to test relationships and loyalties. Katie, caught in the middle of the storm, struggled to reconcile her feelings for Bill with her empathy for Luna. Her scenes were poignant, showcasing her inner conflict and highlighting the emotional stakes. Katie's concern for Luna's well-being was palpable, and her attempts to mediate between Bill's anger and Luna's vulnerability added an emotional complexity to the storyline. Finn, too, felt the ripple effects of the chaos. As Luna's situation worsened, Finn wrestled with guilt and frustration, recognizing that his connection to her had inadvertently contributed to her current predicament. His quiet moments of reflection were a counterpoint to the external drama, grounding the storyline in human emotion and ethical dilemmas. Meanwhile, tension within the Forrester family reached new heights. Steffy's confrontation had shaken old alliances and prompted new questions about loyalty and trust. The episode expertly balanced these interpersonal dynamics, giving viewers a sense that every action had consequences and that no character existed in isolation. Bill's frustration boils over. Bill's verbal showdown with Luna highlighted his complexity as a character, a powerful figure whose authority is tested when personal emotions clash with professional concerns. Luna's brutal reality check. The prison cell beating was a stark reminder that actions have consequences, and the writers didn't shy away from showing the stark realities of Luna's situation. Steffy's fierce stand. The confrontation at Forrester Creations showcased Steffy's strength, emotional depth, and willingness to fight for what she believes is right, even when the odds are stacked against her. Katie's mediation. Caught between empathy and loyalty, Katie provided a humanizing touch to the drama, showing that even amid chaos, compassion still plays a role in decision-making. The events of Tuesday's episode set the stage for multiple future storylines. The tension between Bill and Luna is unlikely to resolve quickly, hinting at further clashes that could ripple through both Forrester Creations and the Spencer Empire. Luna's survival instinct, tested in the harsh environment of prison, will likely shape her trajectory. Will she emerge stronger and more determined, or will the harsh realities of prison life push her further into conflict and desperation? The answers remain tantalizingly uncertain. Steffy's confrontation also opens doors for complex narrative threads. Her relationships, particularly with Finn and the Forrester family, could experience further strain. Moreover, her willingness to stand up to powerful figures signals that she is not afraid to challenge authority, setting up future storylines that could bring her into even more dramatic conflicts. Finally, the emotional fallout among secondary characters, including Katie and Finn, suggests that the episode's events will have lingering effects, creating a rich tapestry of drama, loyalty, and moral dilemmas that will continue to engage viewers. Tuesday, October 21, On the Bold and the Beautiful was a masterclass in storytelling, lending high-stakes confrontation, emotional depth, and character development. Bill Spencer's clash with Luna Nozawa, the intense prison drama, and Steffy's powerful confrontation all contributed to an episode that was as riveting as it was heart-wrenching. What made this episode stand out was its ability to balance multiple storylines without losing focus. Each character's actions were grounded in motivation, and every confrontation carried weight, ensuring that viewers were invested not only in the drama but in the human stories behind it. As the week progresses, fans can expect the fallout from these events to unfold, with alliances tested, secrets revealed, and characters pushed to their limits. Tuesday's episode has set the stage for a week of intense drama, emotional revelations, and unforgettable confrontations that only the bold and the beautiful can deliver. Bill Spencer confronts Luna Nozawa in a tense verbal showdown. Luna faces a brutal beating from her cellmate, highlighting the dangers of prison life. Steffy Forrester delivers a powerful confrontation that challenges loyalties and exposes secrets. Katie and Finn grapple with emotional fallout, showcasing moral complexity. Foreshadowing suggests intense drama in the coming episodes, with lasting consequences for all involved. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our BOLD and BU2FUL UPDATE YouTube channel for more update news.